Welcome back, friends and fellow Wastelanders gaming for XP. We're back at the Pylon build today. I'm going to put a second level on here and then we will do a tour, hopefully. Thanks so much for the response on the first video. Seem to like this idea, so we'll continue it. So, obviously this is overhanging. You don't have to support this, but I was just kind of curious to see what we could find as far as supports go, and actually happen across quite a nice solution. So we cut out the major faffage for you and we go to the G2M workshop, and I'm just having a wee look around just to see what might be there as far as supports go. And there's a sky, so let's try the sky bridge supports. They're not quite right. I want something that looks kind of industrial so it fits with the build. Initially I'll go with that, and then I spot the ones next to it. You can see them just off to the right there, which is the ones I end up going with after I've faffed around with this for a wee bit. And we will select them. See, they're okay, but the green colour, I don't know. There we go. Look at those. Ooh, Super Mutants main gate. They look special and they actually look as though they will fit. So those are the ones we go with. It takes a fair bit of time to get them in. I'm not going to let you sit through all that because it takes a while, and it's just a couple of supports. So as I kind of usually record my things a little bit ahead of time, we got news overnight about Fallout 76. Last night, really excited. 23rd of October for Xbox, so I'm super pumped for that. We certainly will be throwing some content up on the channel as soon as we get access to the beta. And you know, I read for Bethesda today, they're like encouraging us to break it. And you know us guys, us people in the Fallout 4 community, and especially Fallout community, and especially builders, we like to break things. We break the game constantly, and if you haven't broken the game yet, then you're not trying hard enough. Anyway, I'm super pumped. Let's see what we get, see what the game looks like. What I'm anticipating doing is possibly streaming a couple of those straight up, just so that you get a feel for it. There is no restrictions on what the content we can stream, so I'm super pumped to maybe get on and do that. So I thought here there's far too much wood around, so I thought we might just put some metal in just to kind of even things up. And again, I might have to move those that post, that pillar, that beam, whatever you want to call it, just a fraction, or not. I don't know, I quite like the look of that. It's okay. Okay, so that will be the workshop area there, and I'll kind of run down here, and I was looking at it, and it kind of suddenly occurred to me that I could put a second level on this. That looks alright. I think the metal works. So I've left a bit of this in just to show you, you know, we start from one point, and originally I was just going to put those kind of dwellings up the top and that be it, but then I started doing this kind of stuff and went, why wouldn't I do that? And it actually sets the whole kind of premise for the rest of the build. And I like to do this with walkways lately. I don't know why. Is these kind of see-through walkways? These are of course from the barn tab. I think you also get them with the warehouse tab. So just to try and so that's coming out way too far. So we get a little one there, and that's perfect. It actually sits right up against that pillar, or at least it looks like it is. And then we can start throwing things in underneath as well. See, like that. And suddenly the thing's coming to life. So this, like I said, really starts to set the overall direction for the whole trading post. I didn't have a trading post in mind when I first started building here, but anyway, you know, that's the beauty of building in Fallout 4. Sometimes it takes you on a little bit of an unexpected journey, and I call them happy accidents, as many of my subscribers would know. That for some reason was being a knob. Didn't want to snap there for whatever reason. I've no idea why, but anyway, I'd struggle for a little bit playing around with that. So about 3 months later, we come to this point, and yeah, anyway, all good. So I'll start putting walls in like this, and I'll go, you know what? That could actually act as a doorway. It's kind of interesting. These barn walls are pretty good. They snap into place quite nicely, and so you can do this kind of stuff and mix and match them. So, you know, sometimes you just got to play around, just see what happens, and then it might give you kind of direction. And you can see from there, we're definitely going somewhere. Where we're going, I have no idea. I don't know what bus we need to take to get us there, but we're definitely going somewhere. Yes, it's a bit mismatched size-wise, but I don't care. There we go. That's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. Using a whole lot of different colour pieces just to break it up a little bit. That sort of doesn't want to go there. It sort of does want to go there, but anyway, we could faff around with that later. So, you've seen me do this in a few builds where I don't actually put a dedicated doorway in. I put that broken kind of piece from the warehouse tab, and I actually end up changing it out again a little bit later on. So I want to vary this up a little bit, so I'm going to select these walls that come with the workshop rearranged, and again, they will snap to that floor above because they are reskinned barn or warehouse pieces, so they're the right height, and we take that out there because we want to get through. They're the right height, and so I can start to build kind of defense wall all the way around here. So cut a little bit forward. Reason I'm kind of jumping around today is it's quite a lot of footage, and some of it is just this kind of stuff, just put floors in, which is not exceptionally exciting, and I want to cut the time down, so we'll skip ahead a little bit. Now the reason I wanted to get the floors in first was so I could put the walls in, so they would snap off, and that I've kind of pushed the and you'll see I'm going to change that. That's a little bit more interesting. Actually, I think I change it again after this, but anyway. Yeah, so I wanted to push these walls out a little bit further. You can see Doug Meat's kind of puzzled there. He can't quite figure out that there's a wall there. Good on you, Doug Meat. So this is the one we end up with the window, which I think is just okay. Personal preference, whatever you want to do. And so I wanted to push the walls out a little bit further because I want to make this a usable area, and we actually do build a little shop in here, a little retail outlet if you like. These should just snap underneath like that. They're pretty good, pretty cooperative. We'll put that one up there like that, put another one under there. The rock can act as a kind of wall, so I don't really need to do it there. And just vary these walls up a little bit, just to change the look a little bit if you like. If you want to just put the same all the way around, that's fine. No dramas. So now we're starting to make this all usable space, and you know I'm very big on usable space. Now, it doesn't really matter if they're sitting off the floor, some of those walls, because we're going to actually put a floor in here and build something. So I'm really not too worried about that. You can see I'm varying it up a little bit. So we'll come back in a sec once we get these all snapped into place. So the last little bit we're going to work on is this entranceway. It doesn't quite look secure, so I wanted to put a little bit more of a secure entranceway, and we're going to use some junk fences to do it. Initially what I do is I put a scaffolding piece at front, basically just as a guide. I actually like the look of this anyway, but just as a guide to position things off it, and it kind of works quite nicely. I guess you could leave it like that and put some fences around it if you wanted, really, and a floor on. I like the fact that you can snap floors off, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to do this. So that looks alright. It'll snap into place. It's all good. So let's onward with the doorway. There we go. Get in our junk fences, and I'm going to use, oh, that's a bit big, one of those maybe. Yep, that will kind of sit there, and it starts to, that's it. Oh, nice. It's even going to cooperate and go green for me. How cool is that? Sometimes if you just change the angle a little bit, it will like that. I don't have to use any pillars or fancy nasty stuff. Oh, it's not even close. I love the angles in Fallout 4. There we go. Couple more of those other walls on the other side. Really doesn't matter what you want to use. Use anything here if you like. I'm just going to pick a couple at random, put them into place, and we should be good. There we go. If you use your pillar in the rug, you'll get this much closer. Of course, I'll use place anywhere because I'm lazy. But anyway, and just for saving time, I guess that's my excuse. So don't hate me. Another one up there. So find somewhere to put it down first. Ease it into place. There we go. And you've got a little bit more of a secure entranceway into the trading post. Pretty quick to do, pretty easy to do. And then what you can do is you can snap some of those floors that come with the scaffolding pieces on the top, and you'll see I'll make it a little kind of defensive look at area. You could have something coming down. We're just going to put some rubbish in front of it just to make it look a little bit more secure. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I do end up doing a bit with the front entrance. So as we're getting into the decoration phase, we will cut to the tour and you can see what all my hard work ends up being. I hope you like the tour, guys. I hope you like this idea. Just something that came to me. So here we go. Traders are welcome. Welcome to the Pylon trading post. I'll show you around the outside a little bit. You can see you've got a turret up there. There's some rubbish lying over there. There's a turret on that side. It's actually pretty well protected. And you can see I've put a whole lot of junk just lying around here just to give it a bit of depth. So let's go inside and see what we can buy at the trading post. Pretty nice and secure. You come to a Rook military surplus, a franchise. And let's go in and have a look at the weapons that are on offer. And there is it has got quite a bit of stock in here, you can see. I've used a number of mods to do this. Military clutter, the Dead Wasteland mod, etc. And you can see it's turned out pretty nice. Used these bathroom stalls as little areas to kind of display a whole heap of guns. You got a whole lot of mines in there if you want. I'll give you a quick look around. There we go. New California Republic flag if you need one. There you go. Looks pretty schmick in here. Pretty happy with it. Okay, so on level 1 we also just have a general trading post, general store. You can see there's a windmill out there powering the whole settlement. A few bits and bobs out here, and this is just a mishmash of things. It's almost like a thrift shop, I guess. It's just what they could scavenge out in the Commonwealth, and they just put it in the store just in case somebody needs some of this. Yeah, that lighter's even lit. That's a pretty good, cool trick. There's some cigarettes, paint, telephone in case you need to make an important call, and that chair is actually the shop holders. That's actually the shop front, so that somebody would sit there and get shipments of steel and wool. And the store is open 8 AM to 8 PM, 12 hours a day. That's pretty cool. So there you go. There's your general trader. Okay, so we're going to go up to level 1. Here we go. Like this. So I just had to leave Dogmeat down there and shut the door and stuff. He's terrible for opening doors and all kinds of stuff. So I've got somewhere to sit here, but we've got a couple of stores. There's your armor, your booze store, and then there's another one at the end which we'll look at in a minute. So Dead Wasteland has these really cool uniforms that you can hang up in your shop, and we'll take you around and give you a look at them. They're pretty cool. So he's got a nice selection here for you if you're looking for something new or just a new outfit. Obviously the booze shop is pretty well stocked. Lots and lots of different, there's diesel lemonade and there's all kinds of stuff in here. Some cold beer, you got some kegs on top, straight from the brewery. There we go. And should you need some chems, here we go. This hasn't got a sign, which is kind of, we've only just opened this store now, so it's pretty new, so we couldn't afford a sign just quite yet. And up onto the living level, the accommodation level. I'm going to leave Dogmeat down here because he gets in the way a little bit. So we got a little bit of a door. I wanted to keep this secure for the residents. So if you come in here and trading, you're not going to get up and steal some of their stuff. You can stay there for a minute, Dogmeat. Thanks. Just going to shut this door like that. There is some turrets overlooking just in case somebody wants to get special. So I have still got a bit of decorating to do in here, but you get the idea what this looks like. This is a nice little workshop for your power armor, and you can fix your weapons and your armor up, all that kind of good stuff. And a couple of dwellings for the traders. Going to dwelling number 1. A nice little compact area. Couple of sleeping areas there. Obviously there's a whole lot of stuff in the fridge if you need it. You sit and have a drink and a chat and look over the mountains there. Here we go. And in dwelling numero 2, changed it up a little bit. Used the same kind of bedding idea. Put in a coffee table, and there's a little cooking point there if you need to cook. Got plenty of supplies in, so we're good. And a couple of places to sleep. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's taken a little bit of time. I had to do this in 2 parts, but I have really enjoyed seeing where this build went, and it was kind of nice to build on something completely different that I hadn't done before. The pylon has a fair amount of areas, you can see. So hope you've enjoyed it, guys. If you did, leave a like, leave some comments, and we'll catch you next time on Gaming for XP. See ya.